All right, here we are, January 10th, 2021. A little earlier than I was planning on doing a video, but things are doing so well, and I'm gonna harvest a lot of broccoli. I thought I'd do it today, so here we are. And of course, I should have marked everything. I've gone through this before. But we got a lot of cabbage. Look at this thing. It's at least 2 feet in diameter in one container. I moved a lot of things that I had over here out into the sun some more. I got my carrots over here getting much more sun, doing really well. Little plants over here are hanging in there. This one over there is starting to recover. Something was eating it. But check this out. So everything's looking good. Way down in here, we should have cabbage heads starting to develop. But look at this. Broccoli as big as my hand, softball size in there. So we got a heat wave coming in about 4 days. Broccoli does not like the heat. They will bolt. This will shoot up. All these little tiny broccoli buds are actually flowers. They will open up once they're flowers. It's no good. At least it's no good for broccoli. Garlic, doing great. All these little garlics spread around. That will be months away though. This green onions are just doing really well. This bed is doing super. It's very shady right here, but this red cabbage plant, it's not getting a whole lot of sun. Being blocked out a little bit by this tomato plant that I did not plant. It just popped up. I've been letting it grow. But looking good. As you can see, there's garlic popping up all over in here as well. Another huge, well over 2-foot plant in here. And this whole bed is just chock full of stuff. My pea plant is doing really good. In fact, we made a delicious dish last night with peas that I've been saving up. Typically, you might get a handful or two every few days or so. So I've been saving them in a bag in the crisper in the fridge, and it's worked out very well. We have lots of peas. Some of these are about ready to pick as well. You don't want them to get too plump. This is pretty ready. Now you can eat these pods. This is the kind where the pods are edible, and they are very delicious. Now here's that Napa cabbage I showed last video that bolted. This is bolting. Bolting means flowering. Bolts upward. But man, I mean, it's really spread out. Look at all those beautiful flowers. And the bees really love this. As you can see, there's one right there. They are all over this plant. I gotta be careful because there's quite a few. But you need bees in a garden. They're pollinators. I don't know how much of the fall-winter stuff needs pollinating, but they're good. All these ones over here, never really planted over here other than wildflowers. We have little broccolis developing, each one, so these are doing good. Hopefully they make it through the heat wave without bolting. This one's a bit bigger. But I'm really impressed with the containers. I haven't done well with broccoli in containers previous years. And I'm trying some different fertilizers and it's working really well. Here we got a larger container, fake barrel. But look at these broccolis. Again, size of my hand, softball size. These will get harvested probably today. Again, I got to get them before the heat wave, or these will be ruined. They will bolt and open up into flowers. So I moved quite a few things around. Get out of the shadow there. This one's getting a little bit more sun, so it's doing really good. Here we got another Napa cabbage. Hopefully we don't get any bolting. I don't see any sides of it. Oh, yes I do. Way down in there. Goodness, that sucks. You can see little flower buds starting to form. They're not flowers, but little buds right in the center there. So, although I do have more Napa seeds, it's not looking good for the Napa cabbages. So I may not continue to try with those, but we'll see. Another red cabbage plant. These plants look really cool. Definitely gonna plant some more. I hope to get some cabbage. Hope it works out well. Some more here, and this one's getting a bit of a mite infestation. I keep brushing them off. See those little gray things? Those are little mites. Look at these broccolis. I mean, come on, man. This is great. And this is a smaller container, and look at the size of this. I was lucky to get just a few little golf ball ones in containers before. These are doing really well. Very impressed with the broccoli. My onion sprouts my onion seeds are barely finally starting to sprout. They need warmer weather, and it's just been cooler. But you know, they're coming along. Can't really see. Let me see if I can. Right there. Okay, so we got some sprouting coming up. Hopefully they all sprout. I must have 24 to 30 seeds at least in each one of these 4. So here's hoping. Oregano is doing really well. This little pot's coming along great. Very good. Parsley is doing well, like that. And my basil's doing well. Get much bigger. Of course, these are just little pots, but they're doing it. This whole garden is doing really nice, the in-ground section. A little bit behind. I did have one broccoli start to bolt. I had to pick it yesterday. It was shooting up really high. This one right here. And you can see where I cut it. But once you cut the main one, it's okay. You leave the plants in, and we'll get these little side shoots all around, little golf ball size. These are closer to bolting. They're kind of starting to open up. You can see how those will open up into flowers. So this particular plant may not do well. We'll see. It's another Napa cabbage. The gopher has been getting a little bit. Some of these lower ones he's been chewing on. But it's hanging in there. I don't see signs of bolting on this one, but again, I haven't had good luck with the Napa cabbage this year. So far, bolting has been an issue. This little plant right here was chewed up really bad. And instead of pulling it out, I left it. And it's recovered really well. I mean, look at this. It was the tiniest little plant. And it's recovered. So that's good to know. Some of these may be cauliflowers. Again, I should have marked them. The cauliflower and some of the cabbages look really similar. I believe that's a cabbage, though. We'll see once the actual vegetables start developing. So, anyway, these plants are huge, looking nice. But you know what? Let's go back to the gopher. Look at this hole I found this morning. This thing is huge. This gopher must be huge. This hole is almost It's bigger than a baseball, almost softball size. This stick goes in pretty good. So this little sucker must be getting big. He's not a little sucker anymore, he's a big sucker. But anyway, there's a nice broccoli right there. Okay, so the broccoli's doing really good. Even my celery's doing nice. Now they don't get big like the store-bought, but you can use these. They'll be good in soups, stews, whatever you need celery for. So I got 6 of those. I moved those over here. They were on the concrete, but the concrete's only getting about 4 to 5 hours of sunlight, which really isn't that much. Oh, so I finished compost last weekend. It's the first weekend in January. And it's about 3 months. I'm trying to get one ready every 3 months. And it's doing really well. I spread it out a little bit over everything, containers, in ground, and I'm starting a brand new batch of compost. I like to spend about a month adding to the compost, and then anywhere from 2 months of just letting it do its thing. And this last batch was the best one so far. I had a lot of good stuff. This garden is coming along really well. My beans back here I think are just about done. The plant's still hanging in there. I haven't really seen any. I still have some in the fridge though, and I'll use those up. But this voluntary cherry tomato just came up on its own. It's been doing really well. I picked a whole bunch yesterday. As you can see, there's still more to pick. More turning. Lots of green everywhere. Just tomatoes all over the place. Green tomatoes. Red ones. And there's some more ripe, more green. I mean, it's just everywhere. This plant is just exploding. So that's doing good. Of course, my rosemary bush, always doing well. Trimmed it up a lot yesterday and it's still bigger than me. I mean, it's crazy. But that's about it. Garden, look at this. Beautiful garden. And this is what you can get in the fall and winter. Certain plants are only you grow in this time of year, and that's good. I'm very impressed with the peas, very impressed with the broccoli, and I'm still getting Serrano peppers. Just picked a red one yesterday. Look at it, it's just covered in peppers still. Little ones coming along. There's just peppers everywhere, and it's still looking good. So we'll see how well it does when we really get some cold weather. Look at this, these things are great. This is a flaming jade, Serrano. If you ever come across a flaming jade, I suggest you get it, because this one is a winner. I planted this, I believe, last weekend. One of my seeds had finally started coming up. I believe and I'm hoping this is a Romanesco. It's an odd type of broccoli. Doesn't look like broccoli, and it has this really cool, bizarre spiral. It's look it up if you can. Romanesco broccoli. It's got a good taste, but it looks really cool. Still got lots of lettuce. This is loose leaf lettuce, you know, you pick a little bit here and there for your salad. It just keeps growing. Of course, you got to pick it constantly over it runs itself. And we will have another salad tonight. It's just every week, salad, salad, salad. But I moved this over here, and of course it doesn't get as much sun, but that's okay. I actually had some bolting on some of these plants, tall flowers were popping up. You go ahead and pick those off on this lettuce and it helps slow it down. It's really odd that we're flowering this time of year. Here's one right here. You see these little buds, little flower things coming up. You don't want that on your plants. But still very happy with all this. Another look at the carrots, other containers. Got 2 raised beds all the way back to the in-ground. My dragon tongue, I think, is pretty much done. The plant's still looking okay, but I haven't had any beans on it in a while. So we'll see what it does. I'm just loving that broccoli. Look at that. That's just great. Anyway, let's just leave things right here, and possibly later this month, definitely by next month, I will do some more. Bye-bye.